live back in a bit, meditate, I think I should. No, we ain't friends, got me on
What's going on, guys? It's Bryce from Fifth Records, and we're back with another video. A video on Joey Badass's upcoming album entitled 2000. I got some expectations, some things to go over about the album's creation. But before we get into that, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Hit the bell, follow my TikTok, my Spotify, my Twitter down there in the description below. And yeah, like I said, Joey Badass, New York native rapper, artist, is planning on dropping an album. And it is entitled 2000. It is a sequel to the 2012 mixtape 1999. Joey Badass was actually 16 when he made that mixtape, and he is now 27, and I am more than excited to listen to this album. Joey Badass hasn't dropped since Kendrick dropped, basically, so this is like the same amount of time. All Amerikkkan Badass came out over 5 years ago, which is his last full release album. Since then, he did like the Beast Coast album, stuff like that, but this is his first album, solo album since. The only other thing he's dropped since is The Light Pack, which was just a 3-song EP dropped in 2020, which was pretty good. I enjoyed it. What to expect from 2000? I'm just gonna play the album promotion trailer with the snippet, and then I'm gonna read this tweet where he kind of explains what the album's about.
Back on the set like I never left. I'm taking steps to be the best, so they lay me to rest. VVS up on my chest, it got them DVS.
So there's that trailer, which honestly looks pretty fire. The snippet's kind of crazy in that. I really like the instrumental, you know, the little almost like toy-like sounds in the background. I think it's fire. Like, I can't really wait to hear his perspective on this. And speaking of perspective, this tweet where he's talking about the album, he says, "If 1999 was about a kid from Brooklyn, New York, trying to make it big and put his friends on, 2000 is about the same kid who's now a man and on the other side of the fence. Similar vibe, different perspectives." So if he can encapsulate that vibe of 1999 and transfer that onto 2000, even though he is a whole 10, 11 years older now, and put out something to almost the same level of quality, we are going to be getting a classic. I cannot wait. Unfortunately, about the album itself, we don't really know too much about it apart from really this explanation that Joey has. The only other thing I could maybe think is the 2 singles that have came out recently could be on the album. The first one being The Revenge, which a lot of people actually didn't like. They were calling it like Middle Child by J. Cole Part 2, basically. I thought it was pretty good. Honestly, I didn't have any problems with it. It's not my favorite. My favorite of the singles would be the next one he released called Head High, which came out more recently, which I honestly love that single. He talks about his relationship with XXX and Tentacion on that song and like how it affected him and how that creative process went with their collaborations. So that was pretty fire. I loved that, honestly. Again, not sure if these are going to end up on the album, but if I had to assume, I would assume probably they would. Now, 2000 by Joey Badass, like you already saw earlier, probably releases June 17th. Which is less than a month away. That is next month. And if you're a Logic fan, you would know that Logic is dropping his long-awaited album Vinyl Days on the same day. So June 17th is going to be quite the day for hip-hop. Logic and Joey Badass are like 2 of my favorite artists, like period. So seeing them release is going to be great. But of course, it's been such a long time for Joey. I don't understand this narrative that Joey Badass fell off when he's been dropping nothing but heat and the rare stuff he has been dropping. He just hasn't been dropping a lot recently. So people got to cut him some slack, but regardless, more than excited. I think Joey Badass is going to surprise the community. I think he's going to drop a phenomenal album. I mean, it doesn't get more hip hop than Joey Badass, honestly, in my opinion. It doesn't get more New York than Joey Badass, and I am extremely excited for this. As far as features I'm anticipating on the album, it'd be cool to see maybe some members from the Wu-Tang on it, maybe a member from the Wu-Tang, like the RZA, maybe Ghostface, anyone like that, just because it is that New York influence. I'd like to see Flatbush Zombies on here, you know, also based out of New York. And honestly, I could go for some hard shit. I'd go for like, if Joey wanted like feature Fabio Foreign on some drill type shit, that would be fire to me. I would be all here for that. But regardless, let me know what you're anticipating for the album. What features do you want to see on the album down below? That's all I really got for you guys today. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Like I said earlier, subscribe, hit the bell, follow my TikTok, my Twitter, my Spotify down there below. And yeah, it's been Bryce. Peace.